Against this right back, Charlie.
You always use that active red light defending. I think it's like.
Hey, someone said they love the intro. We're going again. Hey, it's Friday, man. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Smash the like button, YouTube crew. Shout the Twitch ones. Let's have some energy, people, man. Oh, yeah, who's the fella they're talking about in this live stream? He must be alright, isn't it? Not me. Uncle Ian, take it away.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Come on, Ian. People say to mash up your ears, but it's needed. It's Friday. Have some bloody energy. People deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in, not only on YouTube, but on Twitch. Your support is always appreciated, and I'm appreciative of it, people. Again, the numbers, the engagement, the talking points, we're rising, man. We're moving that much closer to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're making progress in relation to Twitch. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Hopefully, everyone and their loved ones are healthy. Hope you all had a good, a good week. Hope you're all having a good start to the weekend wherever you guys are concerned. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, of course, good night. Obviously, it's a new month, new blessings. Hopefully, with it being, over the halfway point of the year now, hopefully we can make it count and have a great end until 2022. Again, I want to say thank you for all the support you guys give me, because they said we was going to hit, the analytics based on my YouTube account in particular said we're hitting 50,000 in the end of February, basically March 2023. I think we're going to do it before the end of the year, and that's testament to you lot's engagement, hitting the like button. Every like button you hit, it puts it in the YouTube algorithm world, and obviously it means it's more likely to show up in people's recommendations. The quicker we get to 200 likes, the quicker we look at transfer news. Twitch gang, we had a fantastic live stream just now. We're going to have a fantastic one now because you lot are locked in. We're going to be playing Football Manager for about an hour or so. And then obviously it's England versus Israel's under 19s at 7 p.m. So I'll be live 10 minutes before that kicks off. And then obviously it's going to kind of overlap, and it's Casa Amor allegedly on Love Island now. So we might as well do a watch along for that, man. So 5 live streams today, really. 4 exclusively to Twitch. This one includes both. So you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not following on Twitch. Make sure you're doing it. And obviously, Twitch gang, check out your schedules. I'm not just saying that for no reason. It's there. And obviously, follow the Donny on Twitter, because this is where I typically post everything. So, yeah, and as usual, appreciative for all you guys' support. What are you lot saying? Come on, like he said, bro, hit that like button. Come on, man. Unbiased TV, shout out to you. Shout out the members. Already halfway through 2022 we are, man, and I can't lie, the days, the weeks, the months, they're all flying. That's why we have to make it count, man. Like, obviously for myself, I've been hit with some spanners in the works. Like, I wanted to do my UEFA C license, which is just a fancy new way they call it, level 2. They sent me an email. I actually think I was about to go live. It got sold out, and they're saying it's back in September, so I'm probably not going to get that. I really wanted to get that, but we changed courses in it, man. You lot can't see, but in front of me, I've got my vision board with goals for 2022, and got an X against couple, got a tick against couple. So we're doing all right, man. We're doing all right, man. Farmers League DJ, it don't count. Hey, shout out Oakwood, but they're not farmers by any stretch of the imagination. You know that my heart's in fully wrong as hero Oakwood Bully, but shout out to them, because they won the league. They're just now in our division. They got promoted with us last year. That's not farmers. Man's doing it against the biggest and the baddest in the league. You go and ask the biggest and the baddest in this Barnet league. Only the pagans are gonna chat ish. They know I've done drillings. They know I don't get ripped. They know I've done hits. I don't need to chat. Fuck your ears, my guy, man. It's Friday. Apologies to you, man. Shout out to you. Big up DJ the Nation, soon to be on Love Island. You got that cool, G. You're moving mad on Twitter. Me go on Love Island. If I ever go on Love Island, I'm going there to get some subscribers and some influencers. You get it? I'm going there to claim India. Dammy, come on now, man. I heard India's from South. Dammy's from Ireland and that. I know India, you want the real icy freeze. He's just icy free by default. He's not icy free. Come on, man. You're not into them beaky piercings and them things there, man. India, shout me. Obviously, when I get my subscribers up and that, and we're in the same influence event, shout me, shout me, shout me, shout me, shout me. I'm on this Barcelona thing, going for Lewandowski, Raphinha, everyone that wants, shout me. If you're not India, shout me as well. Like, just shout me, man. Just shout me. Away from that nonsense. Obviously, the quicker we get to 200 likes, the quicker we can get into the transfer news again. I think they're playing with Arsenal fans' hearts where Martinez and Gnabry and half of these things are concerned. There's still rumblings around Raphinha. Arsenal are third in that race. I think every Arsenal fan, even if you were optimistic, you know, we're not getting that. Unless Chelsea and Barca just say, you know what, we don't want Raphinha and we've got a free run at him. It's gone. It's not happening. The man's set on Barcelona. That's his dream. Chelsea's a more competitive team and a bunch of other reasons. We're not getting him. You know, there must be, I do think Raphinha's been open to signing for Arsenal, encouraged by Arsenal, but there's levels. Charlie, shout out to you. Ethan, come on. Normal guy, shout out to you, man. Hello, right back. Prepare for 30k Gnabry a week. Bro, we're going to have to pay through the nose for Gnabry. And the same ones saying Arsenal need to show ambition by bringing in Gnabry and all these things, they'll be the same ones criticizing him. You know, I'm not going to be funny, but if we listen to some Arsenal fans, they were on spending 70 million, for Isaac. How would that have worked? I'm not saying Isaac isn't a good striker. I'm not saying we won't review that, but you all know how that one would have worked. Gnabry would be perfect, but I'm not sure they would spend the money with the wage structure the way it is. I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see him joining. I don't see him joining purely because, to my knowledge, it just seems like fan and fanfare led. It don't seem like there's any tangible stuff. Like when the rumors with Raphinha came out, you started to hear, oh, we're talking to his agent who shares the same agent as Diaz. We had a meeting here. There's been none of that with Gnabry. Obviously, that could be happening in the back burner. Fabio Vieira deal come out of nowhere. There could be a level of interest, but in terms of it happening, I don't see anything beyond just the fact that he's contracted until 2023, the manner in which he left Arsenal, and the fact that Arsenal fans have always had a soft spot pause for Gnabry. I don't see any tangible links, but we'll talk about it. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, man. You got to be shameless in this world. DG, we need to have a chat about the Ajax 2018 squad. They all flopped their big money moves. Donny, De Ligt, Ziyech, Frankie. Some of them didn't flop, but I don't think anyone's really kicked on out of all them dons. If I'm completely honest with you. Pancakes for breakfast today is going to be a good day. Signings en route. I mean, hopefully we announce Gabriel Jesus and I have to do an emergency live stream of welcome Gabriel, but can't see it happening, man. Today, I mean, it is what it is. DG, you're not going to secure Denis because she don't like dons like me, bro. You know her to go ready. The man that she likes don't like her. Like, come on now. She's in the Babylon thing, man. I'm not involved, mate. I'm not involved. Yeah, man. Love Island watch along settings, man. That's on Twitch, though. So make sure you're there. So technically, we are losing 2 of our targets, missing on each of them by 5 mil or so. Typical Arsenal. I mean, at some point, you have to move away. You know, you have to have other targets. You know, as much as if we look at Lisandro Martinez, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cry if he doesn't sign for the club. You know, and I'm sure United fans aren't. But if United beat us to him, fair play. I think if we have been trying to get him for months, I think there's every reason for him to sign for both. If I looked at it, if I was him, United's defense, not that Arsenal's defense is amazing, but we have a better defense at this moment in time than Manchester United. We finished 5th for clean sheets. In fact, everybody that's part of the top 6 or so, apart from Man United, finished ahead of us. You know, so what? That's not to draw out United or big us up. That's just simply to say, if I'm a defender, I'm more likely to play there. You know, if Arteta's talent ID means he wants Lisandro Martinez, if he wants 2 for 2 positions, that's fair play. I'm just going to say, as much as I'm here for it, and although I can't tell you 10 or so games he's played at left back, so I don't know how good he is at left back or in midfield. If he wants him because he's left-footed, South American, plays between the lines, competition for Gabriel, bring him. But some might say, at this moment in time, we have not confirmed the right winger that clearly you want. We've been linked with Raphinha, with Gakpo, with Pepe, with Noah Lang, with Bear Dons, and we still need to get rid of some. The middle of the park. Until you get that number 8, it's a myth. You could say these are areas, you know, you could make a case of spending big. If we were bringing in a centre-half, if Lisandro Martinez was unknown and you could get him for a cut price fee, I'd be all on it. And I'm not against it. I'm just saying, if you're going to spend 35, 40, 50 million on a defence where you spent 50 million on Ben White before, you've got Saliba coming back in, and I don't know how much funds Arsenal has, then I'm questioning it a bit, really and truly. So if you want him, go and get him. But this is what happens in the market. Even Real Madrid had to change plan. They never got Haaland and Mbappe. And unless you're Barcelona, Real Madrid, and these clubs there historically, you need to be prepared for that. It's all a gamble. We were lucky to get Jesus in the sense of we've sold our package. Pause. We've done our due diligence. We've done everything. Clearly, one thing that helped us is that there's a number 9 shirt for you there. If you stayed at Madrid, went to Juventus, went to Tottenham, went to Chelsea probably playing through the middle, but you're going to be part of the squad. You're not necessarily going to be a key man. You might as well stay at City. The gamble for Jesus paid off. Telemans, 1 minute he's coming, 1 minute he doesn't. Until he's signed over the dotted line, I don't know. Lisandro Martinez the same, Aaron Hickey the same, Raphinha the same. And it was nice to see, and is nice to see the club, quote unquote, showing some ambition, some aggression. Bro, you can't count your chickens before they hatch, people. It's gonna crack at this moment in time. While we haven't seen an official announcement of Jesus, you've seen him pictured with Arsenal fans in and around London. The leaked images of him clearly doing his welcome video at the Emirates. Obviously, that one's over the line. You had to be prepared. If you don't get Lisandro, there has to be 5, 10, 15, 20 variations of people that can either do like for like what he does or change in our plans. Same goes for midfield. Same goes out wide. Variable shift. Players that were dead set on joining might have a change of heart. Players that didn't want to join, you know how it gets. And one thing that encouraged me was the names we was going after. Obviously, it was all good a couple of days ago before Chelsea got involved in this Raphinha thing and what you're seeing with Barca. It looked like you might get Raphinha. Telemans was the end of the season thing. Lisandro Martinez, we was working on it. We're trying to get these guys before we go off to pre-season. In Germany, we've actually started our pre-season planning. So the dynamic shift. This is why I like what we're doing. But crucially, as I said, I'll give the club until September the 1st before really passing significant judgment, because I know some Arsenal fans will hype up trying and stuff, but for me, it's not about trying. If I try to pass a test and fail, I failed. I have to do it again, and I can't progress my life regardless of what that is. There's no trying. You can't get Raphinha, get someone else, because you knew this had to be a variable. As much as you went after Raphinha, you knew Chelsea were talking to him from January and February. You knew his heart is set on Barca. And again, they were talking to him then. You knew they had similar fees. Chelsea at one point, Raheem Sterling, Dembele, Barca look broke. They've sold some TV rights. It is what it is. There has to have been some encouragement with Raphinha. Actually, I'm not even really vexed at the club, because I think we would have got Raphinha over the line and given Leeds what they wanted. And I think there is a level of encouragement from Deco and Raphinha to get it done. Same way, maybe just agreeing personal terms with everyone, but we tried only go so far. There's no retrying. We tried to get fourth, we didn't get it, so we're not in the Champions League. We tried, hype is dead. Sorry, people, but yeah, we need backup options within the market. Forget Raphinha now, like it's gone, move on. And again, it's easier said than done, but can we find the Raphinha before he goes to Leeds, when he's at Rennes and Sporting? And then we're kind of laughing, because as you see, once it gets into a bidding war, it's long for us. Or teams that can offer him more competitive stuff, it gets long. Bayern are most likely going to sell Gnabry for upwards of 35 to 50 million, but his wages guarantee Saka. Martinelli is a bench player. I wouldn't say it guarantees anything. You're not doing the job. It is what it is. What happened to the Telemans thing? It seems, I don't know, I don't work for Arsenal, but it seems like it's gone on the back burner. Big up you lot, elite questions. Big up DJ. Are you confident that Mikel and Edu will do what's required to make Arsenal a team that can compete? As I said, I'll shut my mouth until September. I can't say yes until I see a midfielder minimum arrive. If I don't see a midfielder arrive, then my optimism is gone, man. I like Martinez, but it's lazy recruitment. Get specified players rather than one versatile player. I mean, as long as he's intelligent at the game, then you can be as versatile as you want. If that's what you want, fair play. But I've never seen him play defensive mid for 10 games. I don't know how good he is, there. I don't know how good he is, at left back. He's played his most games at centre-back, so I have to assume in the immediate future, if everybody's fit, you're coming to fight Gabriel for specifically that left-sided plays, which I'm not against it, but does it make sense when there's other pressing areas? Now, Arteta knows what he's trying to do, but yeah, man. I mean, if he can fill in defensive mid, why not, man? Saka has officially left and they can announce the 9. Why not, man? Let's get the likes up to 200 for transfer nude. We don't transfer nudes. Hey, I'm even excited to pause. We don't need a centre back. We desperately need a centre mid. I wouldn't say we don't need a centre back. There's been times where Gabriel, Ben White, no doubt Saliba, they show their age, and the same way they go through good runs of form, They go through, they go through negative patches. So if you could get someone that's 24, that's a bit more cultured, that's a bit more of an intelligent defender rather than an emotional one, I'm here for that. I think for Gabriel, he's a very instinctive and emotional defender, not always calculated. For Ben White, he's not a defender by default. He's much of a pretty boy playing playing passes forward, and that Saliba's a mixture of the two, really. He's still learning. If you could get someone that's a bit more street smart, late to mid-20s, I'm on that. But I don't see at this moment in time 30, 40 million, 50 million on Martinez where there's more pressing areas. But I'll cut the club some slack, just because I don't see it don't mean it ain't a thing. There's 300 odd of you locked in on YouTube. There's 106 likes. We're off to a great start. Make sure we keep it moving, people. Keep your opinions coming. Well, DG taking Noah Lang. I mean, for development purposes, but I mean, it's obviously it's difficult from being linked to Raphinha, dreaming about Raphinha to go to these dons. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, if Arteta can develop them and if they sign and they look wavy, fair play. But if you're not bringing in a centre back, a centre mid, or specifically like you've answered a right wing that's better than what we have, I don't think there's no point really and truly. If you're not bringing people that are raising the level, what's the point, man? Focus on mids, keep speculation down, and have realistic targets. Bro, I can't lie, man. If she ain't feeling the melanin, that's a myth, man. My optimism has gone down the drain. We seem to be quiet on transfers. Pardon me. Arsenal fans started off as pessimistic. Then, obviously, the club were gassing the stuff that was coming out. Pardon me, made us a lot more optimistic. Now we're back down again. Just keep a cool head and cool off, people. Just wait. What's up, DG? Would you take Marcelo on a free for his leadership and experience? Yes and no. Yes, because it's Marcelo. No, because once you get it's not going to help us, is it really? Of course he's not. His heart is set there. What else are you lot saying? I'm actually a bit concerned with Lissandro's height. He posted a pic yesterday or the day before of him with the Argentine squad. Man standing on a mattress and is still shorter than Messi. That's harsh. Do you know what? If you're a good reader of the game, fair play, innit? What do you think about Romero? Would he do good for us? I'm just saying, or is he too comfortable? I think Romero would be decent, but again, I don't really see beyond the moments we've said how it ties into what we're doing, really. And I just feel the money would be spent in other areas. Sinistera looks good, but I wouldn't go for these guys at this moment in time, man, really and truly. I don't feel they significantly improved the squad. They're good players and whatnot, but I kind of feel a bit like what Arteta said. If we can get one or two players that can raise the ceiling, then I'm here for it. I don't want to just buy for the sake of buying. And I think that's what Noah Lang, when we was linked with Isaac, these sort of dons are. DG, Man United reporting today they don't have the cash within their budget to sign Antony. Either Ajax are asking for a ridiculous price or ain't a priority signing for them. It's earlier in the transfer window, man. Clearly, Arsenal, if Arsenal are linked, where Manchester United are concerned, bearing in mind it's early in the transfer window, evidently them clubs there like Ajax, they're gonna ask Antony to put a bit more internal pressure to try and drive that price down, and it's early in the window. So, yeah, obviously, Ajax clearly want Arsenal and United to get into a bidding war for Martinez. If we could get into one for Antony, it'd be lit. I would love us to go for Antony, but I think he's got his heart set on Man United. They seem to be the front runners. They seem to, I'm not going to say be the only ones, but the only ones kind of moving 30 and serious about bringing him. I don't really see Arsenal links, really. Big up, DG, just catching you on my break. What do you think of the business so far we've done? It's difficult, but I mean, I'm happy with what Fabio Vieira can be. Expecting him to be a rotation / squad player initially. Obviously, I hope he exceeds my expectations. Obviously, I would say the one, not criticisms, but let's not beat around the bush. Jesus needs to score 15, 20 league goals and beyond that do a madness. I do like what Gabriel Jesus can do for us. I'm not expecting him to, do it alone. I do have to apply a bit of tax. We're not going to be dominating games or attacking like that, but he's got an opportunity. He's got an opportunity to be the main man. Away from him needing to score goals, he pulls out to the channels. He presses paws quite well. So I'm happy with the signing of Jesus, and they got their top choice target in that regards. Happy with Fabio Vieira and obviously Jesus. Marquinhos, Matt Turner, Austin Tusty. I can't verify these guys. I've never seen them play 90 minutes, but fair play if they can all do a job. Beyond that, it's just links. You're linked with Telemans, you're linked with Raphinha, you're linked with Martinez. You ain't got none of these down the line. So it's a good start, a more positive start than I would have thought. Got some players in early at least that can obviously get to grips and train and all of these things. But beyond that, It's difficult, man. Do you think Saka could be utilised in the 8 and 10 role? He's done it before, but left and right wing, my guy. Would you take Antony? Of course. You know, I take back everything I said in Richarlison of these fake Brazilians getting blonde highlights if we got Antony. I'd even go for Raphinha. Big up the Twitch gang, you know, and we can't get him as well. He's gonna cost a pretty penny. Twitch, obviously, we was live earlier and we watched the highlights reel of Raphinha. I know he looked a bit bugged, but yeah, man. Do you think Arteta wants to utilize Nuno next season as cover to Tini? Well, if you don't bring a left back in or someone able to play there, then you're gonna have to do that, innit? I don't advocate it because I don't think he's levels, but yeah. Ajax don't want anyone to get into a bidding war. They don't want to sell Antony unless it's a monster price, which is their great right. But that's kind of it. If they get into a bidding war or they make United or Arsenal or anyone else pay through the nose, then that kind of answers. That's kind of where we're going with it. No, I wouldn't take Griezmann, if I'm honest. I think Lisandro and Antony are going to United. St. Maximin is on the same level as Raphinha. We should go for him. Brazil bias, I disagree. St. Maximin's got no reason to leave Newcastle, man. You man are moving like gal with the height thing. To be honest, some man move like gal with the height thing. Big up my 6 foot brothers out there. You lot are cringe. You're like, oh my God, in your bios on Twitter. Oh my God, I'm 6 foot plus, girls. I'm 6 foot plus. That's you lot's personalities. Shout to the 5'8" Kings. I don't really rate Noah Lang like that, but I'm not watching him religiously to be gassing him. I'd prefer to keep holding and get 8 in and then look for another young centre-back if we need one next season. I think we've got enough young centre-backs. I think if we could get someone that's mid to late 20s, someone that's been in a team, you know, them dons that understand defending and they're just steady eddies. I'm on that because that means when Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, they go through them nervy patches of form, we could maybe bring that don in. I know it's cliche, but Saliba genuinely feels like a new signing. DG, what/who do you want at Arsenal before the window ends? Oh, yeah, another one of them guys who support pagans, but all things Spurs appreciative to you. I wanted Raphinha. That one there is a myth. I would like Telemans on the basis of he's a centre mid and he's got the strengths that I want to see. Beyond that, I mean, obviously, Gnabry would be the dream, but yeah, our transfer window is falling apart. Respectfully, how do we know that? Obviously, it's taken a knockback with the Raphinha dream and that, but how do we know that? Read that Lisandro himself sees himself as more of a 6 than a centre-back. Well, you've played your most games. You've played most of your games at good saves, people. You've played most of your games at centre-back, so that's it, isn't it? Morning, DG. Specialist or versatile players, what's your preference? Obviously, by nature, I think Arsenal need to go back to basics. You know, striker, scores goals. Centre mid, number 8, pass the ball forward. But obviously, if you're an intelligent player and you could read the game, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of shoehorning. If you're on this Tomiyasu thing or this James Milner thing where you're intelligent enough to read the game, then by all means, be versatile. I mean, Zinchenko would be lit. At left back, Martinez isn't very good. Centre back or CDM, he's better. Then, respectfully, I mean, I don't think there's a need for him then. Obviously, if he's better than what we got at centre back, if he comes in and he's lit, then fair play. But yeah, man. I mean, Noah Lang, apart from Ten Hag drawing you out and telling you to work harder, I mean, he looks fairly good technically. Maybe he's a player you buy before the breakout season, but it's not really lit. I don't want Rabiot, man. Jesus and Gnabry are a bit too similar for me. Don't get it, but I hear that. They're a bit meaty to me. Noah Lang is arrogant, though. Watch his messages when he left Club Brugge. I made Belgian football bigger. Nope. I made the blue support fell in love again. To be fair, Arsenal need a bit of them cocky players. Pause. Henry had that. Half of the play, you know, you need that, really. If anything, there's that. Missing out on Basuma is detrimental to us. We need a starting centre mid. I mean, it would have been lovely to bring Basuma to this club, but I don't agree with that. I do agree if Partey gets injured, if El Nene and Lokonga are unable to step up, then we're in problems. But, you know, anyone who's mad about Arsenal not signing Basuma, yeah, we can have the conversation as to if Arsenal should have went for him. There's legit case for that. The option of playing him or Partey or them together could have been lit in games we're going to concede possession. But you set and it's a good signing for Spurs, but you set yourself up for failure. We were linked with the more Telemann sort of guys. We were never really linked with Basuma beyond our admiration for the player. We were specifically told we're targeting someone that's a left-sided number 8 closer to Granit Xhaka, so we was never in for that. So yeah, do you think we need a backup left wing? Not necessarily backup. If we're bringing in what we have as better, and they can take spaces and make people by default squad players, then I'm here for that. DG Fabrizio Romano reported earlier that Andrea Bellotti is available on a free as his contract has expired. Would you go in for him as another attacking option? 28-year-old Italian international? Nah, he's not my cup of tea, really. At this point, I don't want to be bringing in dons for the sake of bringing in dons, man. I mean, players in this day and age, you need to play multiple positions, but I do think Arsenal need to make dons. You're a specialist of one thing first. And I feel when you look at United, for example, Martial, you winger striker, Rashford, are you a winger striker? There's bare of these players, not just at United. I just think them two are good examples everywhere. I hear Fabio Vieira can play all over. Can we make him, whether you see him as a 10, whether you see him as an 8, can he be one of them things first and then do all these other things? Martinelli, can you be a striker able to play out wide, or can you be a wide man able to play up front? Smith Rowe, the same logic. Odegaard, the same logic. And I'm sure there's plenty of others throughout the squad. Clearly you can see Tomiyasu is arguably a right back able to play at centre back, or a centre back able to play at right back. So if you're on that thing, fair play. But I just feel you need to somewhat be one thing first, and then by all means do everything else. I think there's guys that are the natural evolution of the game has been, obviously you need to be multifunctional, able to play players in that. So we'll have to see, man. Would you take Martial? Nah, not at this moment in time. Many years ago, he needs a whole minute. Like, it didn't work at Sevilla. It's not working at United. On ability, yeah, but it's damaged goods. I need players that are not really like that. And to be fair, Arsenal have a lot of players that are like Martial. As I said, that we need to, polish some of the rough edges and things like that. What we saying for a wide attacker? DG, Bowen, Pedence, Tossart, Neto, Diaby, Gnabry. I mean, Tossart can arrive for the squad. Pedence can arrive for the squad. I'm having Neto. I think people gas up Diaby, and I think I'm not prepared to pay the price they would want, but I'm having Diaby. Bowen, West Ham are going to zang us, but if we were somehow able to do it on an affordable thing, then by all means get that done. Gnabry would be the dream, and I'm offended that you're even asking me about Gnabry. He's him and Wilshere leaving this club is the whole reason we're on YouTube. Really, that was my first video. I was vexed about that. On that topic, the evolution that we've had since then to what we have now across Twitch and YouTube has been amazing, and that couldn't have been done without you lot, people. So I appreciate that. Without you lot, I'd be dead. Thanks for the content, bruv. Appreciate that, my dude. Lewis Dunk fixed the bill of what you're saying about an experienced defender. Simon, if not necessarily them names, but them Dunks, them Dan Burns. Like, I'm not saying to sign these guys, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dons that understand the proper art of dons that understand defending. And it sounds mad, but I genuinely think half of these defenders, they're not even the best defenders in the world. They're not necessarily good defenders. We talk about ball playing and all of that. Pause. Is what it is. Will we see more of Smith Rowe? What do you think of his future? As I have not seen him play in a while, I think he's a great player. I think Smith Rowe will be all right. Why does AFTV keep saying Man United hijacked the Martinez deal like Arsenal discovered him? I don't know what AFTV are saying. Respectfully, do not care what AFTV are saying. It's got nothing to do with me. Shout out to them. Focused on what you and I are saying. You'll have to take it up with the necessary sources, man. Why do you think Bellerin is so heart set on going to Betis? Is it because he foresees, probably that's his dream, innit? He gave the story about his dad was a Betis fan. Obviously, he's in his country, he's playing, he's won a trophy there. I could understand why he wants to go to Betis, man. I think that's that. He's been linked with Atletico. If Betis don't put on the thing, is what it is. Say, swear you're 5'8", some toddler, bro. She's not gonna fuck you, bro. You know what they say about small axes and big trees. Come on, man. When you got this sexy face, come on, bro. Look at him. Oh my God, I'm 6'2". Oh my God, I'm 6'2". Come on, girls, we can take lovely pictures. Allow it, bro. Bro. Girls, guys like you are the girls tweet about you. That's your ideal type on Twitter. And then it's dons like me drilling it out. Like, she's doing the capping on Twitter, and it's dons like me who are getting the bird call. Anyways, away from all of that. You never did it. No, look, I'm 6'2". Oh my God, I'm a 6'2" Chelsea fan. Oh my God, girls, please, I'm a top blue, please. Fuck out here, man. Pardon me for the French, man. Diaby's a brilliant talent. What's the word on Guendouzi and Torreira? Well, Guendouzi's more or less a Marseille player. Torreira, don't know what's happening there, innit? Really, every day there's a new club being linked with him. The other day we went over his comments. He said he wants to go to Italy or Spain. You know, it didn't work out at Atletico. I thought he would have been one of the first names out because he had a good loan spell. When you look at players in generally at this club that had good loan spells, Torreira's at the top of the list. What? Torreira, technically Guendouzi, Saliba. Second half of the season for Reece Nelson. And then I would say, obviously, Brooke Norton-Coffey at Lincoln. I would have thought, for, you know, a year left on his deal, Fiorentina would have taken that. I think they would have got a good deal for 15 euros, especially because they've got the Vlahovic piece. But, you know, them Italian clubs keep pissing us around, really, whether it comes to Locatelli, Vlahovic, Arthur Melo, you know, selling them Xhaka to Roma. Obviously, what we've just said, we're just getting taken around the houses, man. This is why I'm very wary of certain links, especially coming out of Italy, man. 5-7 all now. You're doing a lot, man. Hey, come on, we're doing the hits out here, man. Bro, man, they've used the high card, and I respect it. If that's what you got to do to get the Nas, then fair play. We've all got tactics. I think you lot are corny as hell, but you get it. You know, I've never had a problem still when you got this lovely face and, you know, you got the vibes in that, you know, get all the other, almost dry snitched on myself, you know. Yeah, it's all entertainment. It's all disclaimers, not me. Friends, let me stop, man. I didn't say 5 foot. Man said try respawn. Suck your mum, man, you pussy. Sorry, people. That was funny, man. Oh, man. Fucking hell, yeah. You're a bad guy, man. You're a bad guy. But shout out to you. Like, you're a bad guy. Man said respawn. Oh, this is why I love you lot, man. That's bad as still, man. That's bad as still. That's bad. I'm not 5 foot, bro. 5'8", bro. I lie, fam. Oh, you twat. Absolute twat. And I thought Twitch gang with the guys, but you doing me that dirty. Bellerin was decent for Betis, if I'm not mistaken. If he was good for them, buy the guy, man. He said he's prepared. He's prepared to rip up his contract. I'm more into smaller guys, to be honest, but maybe it's just taste. Listen, you get it. 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 But you lot save all of that for Love Island. Man said Draxler, you don't want good things to happen to Arsenal, man. No. Actually 5'8", mate. Actually 5'8". I might just push to 5'9". Actually 5'8". You know, been stopped by police officers twice. They said IC3 male, 5'8". I got shit. You lot can stop me a bit longer then if you're gonna. That's how man's being described. But is what it is. Is what it is. But yeah, man, away from that, you lot save that for Love Island. What else you lot saying in relation to football? So we've placed the Telemans deal on hold to miss out on Raphinha to rival Chelsea after haggling over a fee, looking set to miss out on Martinez to another rival in United after haggling over the fee. We'll have to see. Ben White does not understand defending, unfortunately for us. As a United fan, I still wonder how you lot still think Arteta is going to make it. As far as I've seen, when it comes to big moments, he crumbles, which is a legitimate factor. I support Arsenal, not Mikel Arteta. I think there's times where Arteta could have been sacked this season. And if it was other managers at this football club where they didn't have this PR, if it was in other scenarios at other clubs, he might have done it. I don't advocate sacking Arteta right now. But it's not Arteta or bust. I do think there are some people connected to Arsenal Football Club and the fans that it's Arteta or die trying, you know. And I do think there's some people that are just dedicated to just criticizing the guy, you know. I don't think there's, beyond the healthy pressures he obviously puts on himself and the fans' questions, I don't think the standards are high enough. I've never quite met a manager that, you know, there's a lot of excuses really given. And it's a results-driven business. Personally, for me, as much as I like Arteta, if you've got potential, then you need to be held to higher regards. You know, if Klopp messes up, if Pep messes up, people are going to talk about it. If Neil Warnock messes up, no one's talking about it because them man are 30, he's not. And I think you got to have the rough with the smooth. You can't blame the players. You can't always blame the owners. When, if we're honest with ourselves, as much as the players choked, us not being in the top four is specifically on Mikel Arteta and Edu last season. I can't get onto the Cronkies without obviously knowing everything. Crazy. Man said his girl is 6'8". I'm gonna be asking questions. She must be length still. Yeah, bad man don't wear Doc Martens, man. Hey, all the man them talking about next Don's heights, fair enough, man. But you lot are fruity, bro. That's cool if you like that. Haggling over a free is necessary, though. It's a part of making a deal. I don't get why everyone's upset, but by that, you can't just accept what the selling club wants. Amen. I get why fans are upset. Hey, man. Isn't this Martinez guy 5'8"? Bring him in. I'm taller than Cannavaro, and he did all right, man. Ben White has one of the best ball playing abilities in the league. Matip is the only one who's slightly better at taking the ball out the final third. I don't know about that, boss, but I'm going to take your opinion on that. And what I will say is we know Ben White can play football, but, no matter how much the game moves on, you got to be able to defend, broski. What happened to the Hour links? They're gone in the bin. No one seems to be linked with Hour again. Not just us, but us, Man United, Manchester City, Tottenham, Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Last I saw of him, he was linked with Nice. So make of that what you will. 181 likes, people. Keep running that up so we can get into the transfer news. Keep your opinions arriving. Hi, deluded. Shout out from Paris, France. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I haven't seen Paris or the French locked in too much. If a Mars bar's £1, you don't go in the shop and say, boss, man, I'll give you 50p. I hear that. But we're not in a shop. We're in a marketplace. And you got to haggle in that, man. Fans need to stop crying about us missing out on signings. You cry when we sign players like Pepe for too much. Then cry when we try to negotiate. Martinez is only choosing United because he'll play centre-back, so he'll make the World Cup Argentina squad. When is Raphinha's official announcement? Well, to Arsenal, never. I like Ben White on the ball. However, he needs to use his long-range passing more, in my opinion. DG, do you think City and Liverpool are running the Prem like how Digger D runs West? I don't know who runs West and all them things there. Shout out to Digger D because he makes lit music, but I don't know about that. I know City are running away with what they're doing. DG, the issue is experienced players ain't choosing us. Do you reckon we need to spend more piece to make it convincing? Well, yeah, obviously we probably would have given Raphinha, for example, more favourable terms than Chelsea. But, that's something we're going to have to deal with, really. We get into a bidding war with better clubs or we get into, interest with other clubs, we're going to struggle. And when you're like Raphinha, I do think he was encouraged to sign for Arsenal because we bidded and things like that. But unless you're in your early 20s and or you ain't established yourself as a footballer, you're not picking Arsenal ahead of Chelsea. Raphinha's 25 years of age. You're going to pick a team that's won the Champions League, that's finished third, that's got Tuchel in there ahead of us, really, with Arteta and things like that. If your dream was to go to Barcelona, you're going to pick them ahead of Chelsea. Historically, Barcelona are bigger boys in this thing than Chelsea, and hopefully they meet each other in the Champions League with Raphinha, and UEFA Lona does what they're doing. Jogba settings, Iniesta crashing settings. I don't know who runs what, man. You'll save that to Shadebar and the UDN blogs. I mean, it's always them 6'2" brothers doing the YouTube comments. Top Blue, I'm on to you. 2 more likes, we get into the transfer news. Keep running up the like button, people. If we don't get Raphinha, you think getting Octavio is a decent replacement? Yeah, he's lit, but it's calm, man. Do you really think if Gnabry was possible, we wouldn't really be all over it this whole summer? He's not coming to play in the Europa League. He's going to sign a new deal, join a big club. I was saying the same thing. I don't think Gnabry is being signed, but we can talk about it. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, people, as they typically say, man. Large up yourselves, people. Do you rate Bremer? Yeah, but if he goes and plays for Italy over Brazil, all of a sudden I'm screaming he's shit. Would you move to US or Canada? Why not, man? If I got an opportunity, I moved to California, Silicon Valley and whatnot. But, what's going on in America is looking a bit crazy these times. Canada, I've never been, but why not, man? Are you taking? I mean, he's over there in Germany. Why not? Shout out the Greeks, man. Shout out the Greeks tuned in. I appreciate that. I don't know nothing about that, man. Save that to UDN. IT, shut up. Shut it. Gnabry's going to want big boy peas, bro. Gnabry's going to want big boy peas. A man said, you hear rumors from other clubs linked to a team, then the next day they sign. But for Arsenal, it takes weeks for one bid to get rejected. I wish we could. But to be fair, you are right. And I know it's not quite what you heard with Raphinha going to Chelsea or Barca, but nobody heard anything about Fabio Vieira. And then, boom, everybody just woke up. So, yeah, man. DG, a midfielder, left back and a forward. What order would you want us to move in accordance to priority? Midfield first, because even if you got Raphinha and Jesus and all these dons, and like, let's just say, cool, Arteta wants Lisandro Martinez, he wants the Raphinha, he got them. I don't think you're not just Martinez, but I don't think that midfield. I mean, I don't think that defense is going to go to the next level, and I don't think our attackers are going to go to the next level until the midfield is addressed. We don't defend from the front well enough, and that's one thing I'm happy about with Jesus' signing. You know, and our first attackers are our defenders. Again, it's only really Ben White that can. Gabriel can pick a pass, but it's only really Ben White like that. We lost a lot with. I know people get onto Tini, but half of our well-worked teamwork goals, Tini sponsoring it from the left-hand side. You know, Tomiyasu's not really wavy going forward, but him dropping into midfield obviously opens up the gap. So I think midfield, you know, and I don't know what Arsenal's midfield is. It's not physically imposing. It's not tenacious. It's not a mixture of the others. So I would say midfield. Goals win games. So if we're throwing right wing, left wing, up front under the banner of strikers, then I think you need that. Again, Raphinha had 11 Premier League goals. Football's not as white and black as that, but how many times did we struggle to score goals? Maybe Raphinha's 11 goals could have been the difference between Champions League and Europa League football. Obviously, it's deeper than that, but you get the point, really and truly. In fact, that sets up for a lovely timestamp. Keep your opinions coming, people. A promise is a promise. We need to get into the transfer news and stuff like that. Centre back or forward. What is Arsenal's priority? Sorry, just making a timestamp, people. Large up, you lot. Promise is a promise. Keep your opinions coming in, but let's start cracking on with some of this transfer news, folks. So yeah, transfer news. All right, let's go. Where should we start? Let's start here, man. Just because I don't know why I've got the mirror loaded up on my computer, but I do in it. So let's see what's being said here. Let's refresh this. Let's see the cap that's being going on. Parlour demands Telemann signing. I think all us fans do. Asensio's in the Real Madrid kit launch. We've been linked with him. Obviously, officially, it's Lopez with a Z, but Desai, rubbish. McNeff, not good enough. Lopez, not quite. I told you that he ain't going to make it here. Joined Lacazette and a few others have actually left. Allegedly, interest in Arthur Melo has been resurrected. He's also been linked with Barcelona in the last 24 hours. At this moment in time, just get the midfielder done. Apparently, we're back in for him. We were close to getting him in January. Not too sure on the credibility of that. So we'll further scrutinize that in a second with that report. Richarlison. Okay, you know, Fernandez has been gassing up Vieira. Arsenal miss out on Vintaya. I mean, only Arsenal and United missed out. Did we place a bid? We got Fabio Vieira. We know Bayern Munich may be forced to cash in on Gnabry. Obviously, with Raphinha's move to Arsenal beginning to look. See if the Barca thing don't work. Clearly, my man is whoring himself out and giving himself every opportunity to get to Barca. If not, he's playing Champions League football. Whether he's playing right back or right mid is another thing, and he doesn't really care, really. Then after that, if Chelsea and Barca pull the plug, then us versus Leeds, come on now, that's one team we're better than, isn't it, really? Spare thought for Leeds, because how the hell are they going to, you know, they need to know who they're, you know, they know Calvin Phillips and Raphinha were cutting out for a while now. So hopefully they've got replacements. 226 likes. Keep running that up, people. Appreciative to you lot. The Gunners are starting to look at alternatives. One option being reported is luring Serge Gnabry back to the club this summer. I mean, Arsenal fans waffle about saved wages. Gnabry is going to be on a lot more than Raphinha purely because he's got a bigger name in football. My man's been at Bayern Munich and things. He's 26 years of age, only a year older than Raphinha, but his contract's running down. And he wants a big deal. Whether that's at Arsenal, it's not happening. He's been linked with United. Whether running down your deal, playing well for Bayern Munich, assuming you play, and going into a World Cup, and then obviously you're a free agent, that opens up a whole load of palaver, like you've seen with Alaba, Rudiger, Pogba, Lacazette, players of variations of ability. You know, being a free agent is the new thing at this moment in time. So I don't buy this. I do think with Aubameyang saved wages, with assuming you get Pepe, Bellerin, Marie, Torreira, all of these guys off the wage bill, then obviously you could probably afford to give Gnabry what he wants. But you know, the same people waffling about us not getting Gnabry, if he did sign and he didn't hit it, would say we're overpaying, so you can't really win. Man said he's just waiting for the Envia links. I think Newcastle over Neymar. That's mad. Telemans will be a fire signing. A top of the range midfielder and a fit Partey would transform us. We need another midfielder, not attackers. Why can't we have both? You know, why can't we have both? You don't see Chelsea fans going, oh, we need a centre back. No, we need a winger. Bro, man are trying to do everything. You don't even hear United fans doing that. They need everything. City fans, everything. Why is it always with Arsenal? Why is it either or? They're both required. If we don't have goal scorers, we need to buy some. Likewise, we need to address the midfield. So, yeah, Gnabry news. Cool off, my guy. A man said we'd never get any content from DG if you lived in Cali. Yeah, nah, you get hella content, bro. You get hella content. I'll be there with them posh eyes with THC brands and all these things. Not that I know. They were spotted at the Emirates. Muller has gone to Holland on a second loan. I don't think he'll make the grade at Arsenal at all. I don't think he's good enough. But if we can make, to be honest, I think a lot. I don't think many of the strikers, the young strikers at Arsenal, are going to make the grade, if I'm honest. But if we can make P's, why not? So, yeah, man, Saliba plan becomes clear. Arsenal are intending to keep Saliba at the club next season and are hoping to tie the defender down to a new contract. If I'm you, Saliba, don't listen to anything Arsenal say. Don't entertain signing a new deal at least until the end of the year, because man need to see how I'm being utilized. Saliba's not an idiot. Things can happen. He probably starts off as third choice behind Ben White. So again, all the talk, Arteta's done the talking. Man need to see it now. Really, I'd buy a kit if we sign Gnabry. Barstool should sign you and Curtis up. Shout out Curtis, and maybe one day, man. But they got troops and then it. Arsenal blowers Martinez holds out for Man United. Lisandro Martinez has his sights set on joining United over Arsenal. Reports in Holland suggest the Gunners have seen 2 bids turned down by Ajax. Allegedly, we had a third one. It is believed the Dutch Giants want 40 million for the 24-year-old with a third bid imminent. So again, if Arsenal and United both want him, it means the only real winners here are Ajax. Gabriel is still on Juventus's list. Gabriel Jesus has been back to get 20 league goals. Arsenal allegedly will face Ipswich Town in a pre-season. Apparently, that's going to be made up of our 23s. Arda Güler, who played Güler, 17-year-old, who we've previously been linked with at Fenerbahce. Apparently, we're ready to move for him if we miss out on Raphinha. 2 different positions. Don't care what Neil Warnock has to say. Daniel Ballard has left and joined Sunderland on a 3-year deal. Best of luck to the 22-year-old. White overrated and said we should be playing Saliba. We've been quoted 75 million for Ruben Neves. They're smoking something special, them sides. Arsenal are desperate to sign Raphinha, allegedly. Barcelona have a cash injection. So, yeah, this is all yesterday. So, let's come off this and go for some new ones. Arsenal's interest in Arthur Melo transfer resurrected. Arsenal still have a vibrant interest in signing Juventus midfielder Arthur, but a report has revealed he could be going Barcelona, people. More money laundering. We'll have to see how that one develops. If you didn't see it yesterday, but you know, you might have seen it now. Gabriel Jesus is seen in an Arsenal kit for the first time walking around the Emirates Stadium, as you can see there, people. So yeah, big up him and whatnot. So he's more or less an Arsenal player. No clue why that's about Lewandowski or Wayne Rooney. As you can see, Arsenal are probably going to play under 23s. Fabio Vieira got gassed up by Bruno Fernandes. We spoke about that on Twitch, but he said Fabio has a lot of quality and it's been he has good numbers and good performances. I hope he succeeds like all the Portuguese out there. We have to start valuing what is ours, and I hope that Fabio manages to be as good as possible. And he also said, I welcome all Portuguese players who go abroad. I hope he can shine to the fullest, except against me. Fair enough, Bruno. Fair enough. You know, you need to focus on Odegaard. Don't talk about ours, really and truly. So, yeah, let's see what he's on. 90-minute sport. Don't know if Sean Walsh, or Graham Bailey know everything. Again, we're just looking at articles. Admittedly, respectfully to 90-minute. Don't have you look down as anyone who knows what you're talking about. Is what it is. A man said, DJ, I saw your lookalike in a store in Cape Town. Any chance it was you? Bloody hell, I've been seen in Cape Town. People are saying I'm moving to Everton or Ajax. I'm on YouTube. I'm a bloody multi-talented guy. It must be a good-looking fellow. And South Africa got, you know, your women are blessed in many ways. So I wish I was there. Shit. He wants Champions League. Champions League overrated, man. Mad overrated, bro. Need to go get a real love for the super chat, Alfred. Need to go get a realistic winger like Pedro Neto, Pedence or Barnes, and go sign a DM. Partey is box to box. I mean, if I'll give Lokonga and Elneny another chance. Harvey Barnes is decent, but they're going to make us pay an arm and a leg. Pedence would be good for the squad. If you could get Pedro Neto at a decent fee, that would be lit still. Reported by Ben Jacobs, Jesus rejected Spurs offer. He probably did, but again, you're not going to play through the middle at Spurs, or maybe not even play consistently. So that's the one reason the gamble paid off. Obviously, don't get it twisted. It's lovely to hear that, but yeah, man. Arsenal keeping tabs on Serge Gnabry contract situation. Arsenal are monitoring Serge Gnabry contract standoff at Bayern Munich and could attempt to bring him back to the Emirates Stadium. 90-minute understands. I mean, at some point, Bayern Munich are going to have to say, let's let his contract situation run into next season, or we're going to bite the bullet and sell him. We'll have to see what the plans for the 26-year-old whose deal at the Allianz Arena runs into the end of next season has, people. And to be honest, with Lewandowski and Gnabry, you can't afford to maybe sell both of them or do the strong arm thing with both of them. Arsenal are keeping a watchful eye on the situation, particularly with it looking increasingly likely they will not be able to land Leeds United winger Raphinha. Apparently, Bayern Munich director Hassan, I can't say his last name, revealed that Gnabry could be sold if the club cannot agree terms on a contract renewal in the near future. He's been linked with Chelsea. He's been linked with getting other things, but you'd love for him to return home. I would say to Gnabry, by all means, there's reasons to sign for Arsenal, but you need to look at it with romance. You're 26 years of age. Back to being a good football club in 2, 3, 4 years. That's great. You'll be 30. The other dons will be young, so you have to ask yourself, you're at the same age as Raphinha, really, and when you're at this age, Bayern Munich, everything you do is going to be Chelsea have won the Champions League recently, so Bayern Munich is going to be a step down. You'd probably entertain City, Chelsea, a free move to Real Madrid, etc. And again, regardless of his contract situation, he might say, I want to stay at Bayern Munich so I don't lose out on a place in the World Cup squad. Not that I think Gnabry, even if his form nosedived, he would. 50 more likes and we've got 300 people. Keep that running up. But said we really want to keep him. I hope that he chooses Bayern. If a player doesn't want to decide for the club, then we can find a solution that makes everybody happy. So indirectly, they must know where they're people. What's happened on Twitch? That's annoying. 1 sec. That's annoying, but all right, cool. So yeah, that's Gnabry. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. I don't know for 90-minute football. As I've said, Daniel Ballard has left Arsenal and signed for Sunderland on loan. Arsenal pushing for ex-defender. Arsenal are working hard to swiftly wrap up a deal for Ajax defender Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, United are onto him. He's a top target for Arsenal, who are attracted to the fact that he can operate at left back or in the heart of defence. Arsenal have so far, however, failed to agree a fee for the Argentina international. Ajax are holding out for 45 million. 45 million for a centre-back where you've got Gabriel, Ben White and Saliba. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing, but it makes you question how much does he rate Ben White or Gabriel. And we keep buying centre-backs every year and we're talking about other things. And I'm not against bringing in a defender, but is this a big priority? Could you argue, especially for 45 million, could you argue that that's better spent where midfield is concerned, whether you get Telemans or not, or right wing, whether that's Raphinha or someone else? I don't know. Our current proposal is worth 35 million with add-ons taking the number closer to 40 million. We're pushing to get the deal done quickly as United also hold an interest. Ten Hag has worked with the 24-year-old before, and I think there'd be more clarity at United. I think there's, you would complement Varane, left-sided, right-sided. Maguire can't buy it. He shouldn't really be utilized like that next season. So I do think it looks clearer what you do at them. Man United move into pole position to sign Lisandro Martinez as Ajax demand 43 million and Arsenal see 2 bids rejected, and the pull of Ten Hag would sway any bidding war for the Argentina defender. So by all means, go after him. But like Raphinha, if he says no, cool, it's not the end of the world. Congratulations to United. Make sure you've got contingency plans in place. I don't care. I don't care what happens in the market, just as long as September comes. And for me, a centre mid is there minimum, and whatever else you need to address. It doesn't matter how much you tried. You need to get things over the line. The player's in demand. His club are holding out for around 43 million after 2 bids have been rejected from Arsenal. The first was 30 million. The second, rejected earlier this week, was for 38, including add-ons. There's talk of going in for a third one, people. It's clear the 24-year-old is a centre-back centre-back is a player Mikel Arteta really wants as part of his new project. Sources in Holland say it is United who are expected to make a major push for the Argentina international over the weekend, and that the pull of Erik Ten Hag would sway any bidding war. Martinez is said to be very high on Ten Hag's wish list and is regarded as their next target after Melanza and Frankie de Jong. Apparently, Sportsmail understands that Martinez is open to either possibility and has not closed off the prospect of joining Arsenal should they reach an agreement with Ajax. He's got 7 caps for Argentina. He can play at centre-back and left-back, and he's on holiday, people. So we'll have to see. And apparently, he's open to the prospect of playing in the Premier League for either side. He remains committed to Ajax in the meantime, people. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, people. Really, everyone's just going to get taken around the houses. Fabrizio Romano has allegedly said Arsenal have no intention of going for a bidding war for Raphinha. Club are working right now on Lisandro Martinez transfer, who is their priority. They want to be as fast as possible because of also Manchester United's interest within the player as well, people. Anything to do with Arsenal, Fabrizio Romano? Doesn't seem like much. Man are talking about Galtier and all of that. What's this? Arsenal have improved offer of 40 million plus 5 million in bonuses for defender waiting for answers. So the first red flag is if we bidded that, which allegedly is more than that they've wanted and they're waiting for answers, what does that tell you? Ajax are saying thanks for the offer. United, this has happened. Are you coming with an offer? Bidding war. So apparently the 24-year-old has 3 years left on his deal. So again, they're in a good position, people. Arsenal allegedly, according to this, have now made a third offer. This journalist is claiming the London side have improved their offer to 40 plus 5 million in bonuses. Ajax still haven't answered. So this comes after claims United are interested, but they've yet to make anyone else over the line first. Maybe we're turning our attentions to be a bit more aggressive for this individual after obviously the Raphinha thing has not happened. It looks like we've got over the line with obviously our centre forward in Gabriel Jesus. So we have to see. Arsenal start transfer process for 25 million. Fenerbahce wonder kid as Raphinha alternatives. Once again, Arda Güler is a player who has drawn comparisons with Mesut Ozil. How on earth he's an alternative to Raphinha then? I don't know. They're just trying to get clicks on this article. Previously been linked with him before. He's only played 373 minutes. The 17-year-old, one for the future. In terms of impacting us right now, it's probably a myth. So there's that. Raphinha is waiting to see if Barcelona can make an approach before making a final decision. Chelsea have placed a good proposal to the player, and it's on the table, people. Once again, Barca are ready to make an offer worth 60 million for Raphinha in an effort to beat Chelsea to signing the Leeds United forward. Again, Barca are ready to offer up to 60 million. There was even 60 million plus another one, but I think he still ends up at Chelsea. Barcelona's proposal for Raphinha is official and written, already sent. Leeds have no intention to accept that bid as things stand. Leeds want to respect the agreement with Chelsea because they're paying the most money, rightly so. They wanted to accept he'd be a Chelsea player. So Barca are trying to the end. He's waiting to see what happens with Barca, and then he's probably going to move to Chelsea. And the only reason Arsenal could get blessed is if Chelsea say, you know what, you're taking too long. We're going and doing other things. And then Barca, who have sold some TV rights, can't get him. We have a free hit. Dream world. Ben Jacobs has said that Yuri Telemans dreams of playing for Arsenal. Yuri Telemans will choose Arsenal over Man United all day long. His dream was to play for Arsenal, but signed for Leicester because of guaranteed first-team football. I don't know, man. Until he comes out and says that himself, I don't know. I don't think Arsenal are getting Scamacca, but if you've still got hope of bringing in another forward, despite the fact of Eddie signed a new deal and we brought in Jesus. We had no contact with PSG in the last 10 days for this Scamacca deal. Also, I can say that there are no talks with Serie A clubs. We could have contact with other clubs from abroad for Scamacca. There's interest. He has left Italy before and played in Holland with PSV, so you never know. On Diaby, apparently the director of football at Bayern Leverkusen said, I'm optimistic about Musa, that incredibly large financial opportunities bid for such a player. We have to sell a top player at some point. I don't think Arsenal are going for him. I just thought it's something to mention. Again, Raphinha, despite the proposal of Chelsea, Barcelona are convinced of being able to hijack the deal. Apparently, Raphinha has granted time to Barca in order to introduce the final proposal to Leeds of 60 million plus 10 million quid. Xavi apparently is concerned about Barcelona's financial situation. Raphinha has asked Deco to stop his transfer to Chelsea priority, allegedly. Club convinced they can hijack Leeds stars transfer 70 million euro package as final proposal. This is just reiterating what we've already said, people. So make of that what you will. Apparently, Arsenal love him. Gunners unwilling to pay fee requested for signing. Player expects club to lower price. This is in relation to Marco Asensio, people. It's claimed the attacker is looking to earn 6 to 7 million net per million net wages per year at his new club. 26 years of age, trying to get a good bit of money. 40 million to sanction his sales, says this as well. Arsenal and Milan are the Spaniard suitors, and this article has said the two clubs love him. Arsenal and Milan are unwilling to meet demands at this moment in time. Apparently, Klopp likes Asensio, but will find it hard to have significant game time at Anfield. He becomes a free agent next year, so make of that what you will, folks. So yeah, man, there's that. Club continue to speak with Arsenal about defender deal, extra large salary a problem. You mean putting mediocre players on a decent contract in terms of length and weekly wages makes it hard to sell them? Struggling to sell Pablo Maria. It's not just the big money signings like Pepe and Lacazette that don't work. It's getting free transfers like Willian and buying Marie, who's clearly rubbish. You can lie to yourselves and say he's adaptable because he played in other countries. Arteta cross paths with him at City and that he's experienced. You know damn well the guy is not good, really and truly. So yeah, he's been linked with AC Milan, Udinese, Verona, but he's not moved on. He's contracted until 2024. To be fair to him and Cedric and these sort of guys, I'd want to be making my money at Arsenal. I'll go on loan again, make sure I get top money, and we'll see whatever. He's got a contract until 2024. The stopgap signings have harmed this club. Arsenal player waiting patiently to leave has made his mind up and wants deal done. This says once again Bellerin wants to leave. He's holding out for Betis, but he will need to make a pay cut, and he obviously has returned to training. Don't forget, people, there's hella content to come. There's at least 4. Well, yeah, there's 4 streams to come. We're playing football, watching Love Island. So again, if you're not on Twitch, you're missing that shit. Barca are willing to offer up to 70 million euros to sign Raphinha, people. Again, Leeds, right, if you've got any optimism from Arsenal, White's expecting Gunners to make higher bid, if you believe that. Following all claims on Tuesday, saying Chelsea are closing in on an agreement, Goal Brazil joined the bandwagon and also stated the Blues placed an offer of worth 55 million for the player. It turns out that according to their report, the Whites aren't accepting it outright because they're expecting someone else to come in for the winger, and that's Arsenal. According to the story, they could benefit from a dispute between the two London rivals. He doesn't want to sign for Arsenal, keep it moving, or he doesn't want to sign for us ahead of Barcelona and Chelsea. It's calm. By all means, wait and see developments. Chelsea might move on before us. Barca the same. Forget about it. Besides Chelsea and Arsenal, as you know, there's a third London side who had been interested. But in Spurs, that one there didn't quite happen. So we'll have to see what's going on in that regards, really and truly. But beyond that, I don't think there's any other transfer news, people. So yeah, keep your opinions coming. Make of that what you will. But yeah, it seems like it's done in that regard. Let me make my timestamps. So yeah, it is what it is. Should we let's spin the block again for transfer news? Arsenal have held talks over Gnabry. Yeah, fucking all right, mate. Doesn't, yeah, in fact, we're not done yet, people. Let's spin the block again. Sorry, people. I don't know if Sports Bible or anyone credible or anything, but allegedly Arsenal hold talks with Benfica over left back Gnabry. Is that because Aaron Hickey and Lisandro Martinez have hit a snag? I don't know. We know we need a left back. We've been linked with Gnabry for about 25 years right now. I don't know if I believe anything there. Again, I'm just by skim reading. This is just looking at Tierney being injured and things like that. It said we've held talks, but where's the credibility with it? So I'm not too sure I believe that, but allegedly Arsenal have held talks over signing Gnabry. So if you believe that, then fair play. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Is there any other thing? Is there anything else in relation to Arsenal going on? Let's sell ourselves some dreams, man. There must be something, man. I mean, well, yeah, in fact. One sec, yeah, there is allegedly. Well, it's nothing. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing groundbreaking per se. We already know Pepe ain't got a future at Arsenal Football Club. It makes sense. Apparently, Saliba's been listed as Arsenal's number 2 on the official Premier League mobile app. I don't know if that's a glitch, an error, or anything along them lines, people. But that's something to consider. I want to see if where's that other Arsenal website? We should look at Ben Jacobs as well and see if he's talking about. We've also been linked with Arthur Mello once again. If I didn't, I think we went over that. But if we missed that one, there was that. Doesn't seem like that. It's actually quite exhausting, the transfer market, if I'm completely honest with you. Don't think there's anything else. Where is that? Is it like Arsenal Genius or some ish like that? I'll have to scroll up through my DMs to find this. This is jarring, man. We'll get there in the end. Don't you worry, folks. We're going to get there. I've started, so I'm not turning back. That's not it. The hell is this account called, man? Is it that? Yeah, I don't think I found it. I don't not think I found it, but it is what it is. I've started. So, sorry, people. I've started, so I've got to find it. It's jarring. It's not coming up. There it is. Oh, that's the wrong name. Slow news day for Arsenal, man. Unfortunately, slow news day. But finally, again, allegedly, Arsenal are now openly seeking suitors for club record signing Nicolas Pepe, given valuation / wages, a loan move away from the. And by all means, hit Spain. The rumor that we saw on Twitter yesterday was Barcelona in for Pepe. I mean, you've got a new agent. Get your agent to do what they're bloody paid for, Nicolas Pepe, mate. You know, do what you're bloody paid for. Not just you, a lot of these guys, really. If you're, you know, a lot of you know, with Arsenal, everybody knows the players that need to leave, the players that's futures are subject to speculation. As much as it's on the club, anybody that has found themselves a talking point for whatever reason, if this happens a year from now, you're in problems. You know, it's your fault. Like, you need to control your own situations and grow a pair and sort things out. 10 more likes until we've hit 100. Man said 100 until we've hit 300 people. You lot are moving mad. I appreciate that. Thing is, Gnabry would definitely be a level up. We need to shell out the piece for the quality. It's true. Raphinha is so overrated. 60 million is too much. I see another super chat. I don't know where it's gone, but love for that. I can see it on my YouTube account. On the YouTube app, where it's saying that obviously you've tagged me in something about Raphinha. Broski, respectfully, I don't know what it is with my Twitter, but I'm not tagged in nothing. Love for the super chat again. But I can't. Sometimes I actually have to search my name on Twitter to see what I'm added in. Oh, what's this? Well, apparently, it's another confirmation. You can buy a Jesus number 9 shirt if that's what you require. So, yeah, go out and do up that one. But beyond that, love for tagging me in that, keeping me aware and whatnot, my dude. But, yeah, man, you're hoping that we can just announce the signing, man, really and truly. I mean, to be fair with you, I'm just happy that we've come a long way from the Dominic Calvert-Lewin links. Apparently, Spurs want to sign Jesse Lingard. Make of that what you will, folks. What else are you lot saying? Scroll the way down. Do you rate Bremer? I think I've already answered that. He's all right. Back 5 with Saliba, Gabriel, and White. There's no space for another centre-back, to be honest. Unnecessary spending. I mean, there is, because there's a lot of games. People get injured. We're in problems. Is what it is. Arteta needs to deliver. He needs to pass his exams. Otherwise, see you later if top 4 is not achieved. I hear that. I hear that. Fans think the transfer market is like playing FIFA or Football Manager. It takes time and legal processes to bring players in, not to mention politics for some players. Amen. Do you think we need one more striker? I'd rather for a winger, but if you could get a striker that's levels above what we have, it'd be silly not to.
Did you hear they've opened a restaurant?
I don't know why Siri is getting involved, but all right. Spurs looking at Telemans with Winks going the other way. Boy, good luck for Spurs. DG, do you yards. Yeah, but I think it's not saying that's lazy, but it's a lazy way to look at it, because didn't hold on to leads at Manchester United away, Everton away, Crystal Palace at home. That's a factor. Could not break down a low block in Burnley. That's a fact where we dropped points. That was a factor. Obviously, Newcastle and Spurs were bad games. You know, obviously Brentford, we should have done better at the start of the season. Even if we had everything together, we would have got slapped twice against City. Chelsea, we do the occasional winning. 9 times out of 10, we lose that. You know, Liverpool, we get smacked up. We'd like to do a lot better against the top 6. We need to do a lot better against the top 6, but we get smacked up. But I would say again, Burnley at home, Crystal Palace home and away, Brighton home and away, Southampton away, Manchester United away, Everton away, Newcastle, where we didn't hold on to the leads, Everton away as well, if I haven't made that clear. The approach and the men and being overawed and whatnot with Spurs away and Newcastle away with what was going on all played a part, really. So it's never just one game necessarily. And even when Arsenal won, the same reasons as to why we dropped points and stuff, we was doing the same things when we won, really. You know, I know according to what we win, when we win or lose, that's how people look at the game. But the game could have went left Watford away, could have really went left. The same goes for Aston Villa away and obviously Leicester away, where Ramsdale's made the good save, really. But when you win, everybody shuts up about it. There's many reasons as to why, man, really. Game management, I would say the banner under, you know, in terms of a lot of things, just game management and our approach in games ultimately is what's cost us. Now, we can say the squad's young, which they are, but I think, you know, you can learn these lessons and you need to learn these lessons regardless of your age or where you're at in your career. So it played a part, but it's just one of the many different stories. It's 38 game calendar list. Every 38 games, every one of the 38 games tells a different story. Spurs were in the Champions League, but couldn't get Gabriel ahead of us. Have you seen Martinelli is apparently signing a new long-term deal? Need Saka to sign the thing now. Amen. Would you think that Arsenal would rather wait for Gnabry, as it's not that long until the World Cup and then straight after it's January and then Serge only has 6 months left? I mean, it's something to consider according going into the price tag, but, you know, that trailer thought would have meant wait a year for Jesus. You don't know the aspects that's going to happen a year from then. You know, you don't know. Maybe, again, being a free agent, the big boys in Europe, I'm not saying these clubs are going for him, but City, PSG off the top of my head, the 2 big boys in Spain, you're a free agent, everyone's going to listen. So, yeah, it is what it is. If Gnabry comes, it would impact either Martinelli or Smith Rowe game time. Bro, make sure you play in it. Make sure you play. Fabrizio reportedly rejected 5 clubs for Arsenal. So which report are you on? Don't know, man. I think we've covered that, man. Thought I saw DG in Atlanta, Georgia. Bloody hell, I'm everywhere. DG, we need Seko Fofana from Lens. He's a DM that can also score goals. He's more a box-to-box man for me. But again, that similar profile is one that, in my opinion, evidently, Arsenal not going for. Like, they're going for the more breaking the line sort of midfielder, as you've seen with these links. We just need to, for me, Fabian Ruiz, he's there. I know we ain't got Champions League in that, but that's what we need, man. DG, did you see the contract extension, Kroenke, Nikola Jovic? No, I haven't, man. What's that? Raphinha violating Chelsea. Raphinha has asked his agent Deco to block Chelsea move for him, even though they have reached a 70 million euro agreement with United. Chelsea should move on. He's acting. So, above, we reported that already. Sao Pauli's leaving Marseille because he was questioned. He had questioned. We spoke about that in the stream earlier, and then obviously that's going to have ramifications. I still think Saliba would play, but it would have ramifications for how they're going to look at him. To be fair with you, whoever's going to be the new manager, they've signed that centre back El Havre from that centre back Isaac Toure from El Havre, and I think he'll be a good signing for them. You know him. United, you lot are linked with him. Benoit, I forgot his second name, but Benoit at Monaco, he's been on the scene from about 17 years of age. You're watching them to see if they can kick on to that next level, really. But the lad who's just signed for Marseille, I think he's very certy still. I guess Martinez is coming more as a backup for Xhaka, can play 3 positions and be good in all of them. Not many players out there like that. I hear that, and it sounds good. But how good is he in the midfield? Once again, how good is he at left back? No, what I'm not saying I'm not trying to catch you out, but it's great saying these things. But when we actually start looking beyond saying these things, who can tell me a good game he's had at left back, or personally, you can show me a bad game? because that's how we know he's going to the next level. Who can verify how good he is in these roles? I'm not saying he's bad, but if you play in these roles and you look shaky, it doesn't matter how adaptable you are. I mean, if we don't get Lisandro Martinez, you might as well go for a lesser-known centre-back. And for me, where left-back is concerned, get an out-and-out fullback, whether that is Gilmando, whether that is, you know, Aaron Hickey, where that one there is gone as well. I think Martinez starts over Tini. Fair enough. We should get some experienced players like Gnabry. Big up DG. Signing Gnabry would be a huge statement signing if Chelsea get Raphinha. If Martinez is coming, Arteta is going to play him in the middle as a centre defensive mid. Every major club in England have a top-class defensive mid to close down gaps to prevent transitional problems. Don't know how he's going to be used, but we're going to have to see. Never rated Raphinha. Liar, but I hear that. Gahir doesn't really make sense after Vieira signing. You can never have too many players, man. To be honest, I think our team is amazing, but it would be nice to have a new left back who can play centre back. Is Gnabry coming? Pause. Yo, Serge. Yeah, fam. Are you signing for Arsenal? Shout me. I don't know, bro. I don't have his phone number. I don't know. Is Tavares going out on loan, bro? Well, I don't think the club are going to sanction a loan for Tavares until, evidently, you know, we sort out what's going on with left back and a case for a backup left back, really and truly. If we can get Zinchenko for less than Martinez, we should. He competes for both the Tierney and Xhaka positions. Need the cover in these positions more than centre back. Raymond, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I don't think we're getting Zinchenko, I'm on that still. I'm on that. You're onto something there. You're onto something. Arsenal doing same old was looking like a change in the right direction, but here we go again. But then again, Arsenal fans have to control their emotions because up until Raphinha and the Chelsea link started, we was in the same place in that there was a bag, apart from Jesus, there was a bag of talking, nothing really being done. So really, have they changed, or is it fans' emotion being on the floor, getting excited because they see the club trying to make moves that we didn't think would happen? Ultimately, as you said, same old. Do we have to keep our emotions there? I'd rather have Gnabry than Raphinha. DG, why are we taking forever to announce Jesus? We should announce him and move on to other targets. I mean, I think regardless of what's happening with Jesus, I think we're looking at other targets. But yeah, man, I could understand why fans. For me, it's calm. Like, I would like to see him announced, but come on, it's done now, isn't it? Like, you're seeing a man at the Emirates. You're seeing the English teams buck him. Like English fans buck him. So it's calm, man. I think it's calm, man. It's calm. You know, you can even buy his shirt on Arsenal Direct, people. So an announcement has to be happening today. Literally, once again, you can see it yourselves. Who the fuck is that? Who's Beatty and who are these dons? I don't know who these. Forgive me, but I don't know who they on. But as you can see, Gabriel's shirt's there. It's done, man. It's done, man. I know it's taking long. It just means the announcement's gonna be wavy. I've tagged you on Twitter. Jesus got leaked. Appreciate that. Tottenham with Champions League have no ball. Love for the super chat. What are they, bro? Big up to the agent, DG. Serge been a DG fan for a long time. Starting from Raphinha, now we are here. Brazy, man. Day in the life, man. You're right, DG. At the end of the day, it's all speculation. We're not watching Ajax week in, week out. I'm not telling you lot what to think. I'm just saying two things. Unless someone's a Dutch expert and they can tell me, yo, Lisandro Martinez had a great game at left back versus, I don't know, William, and he had a bad game against PSV. And I'm not trying to catch him out, but I want to see the bad games at left back so I can see what sort of fullback you are. Are you someone that can play left back when we're playing a team like Burnley where they're just going to sit back and we can get away with that? Or are you a left back that can play when we're bucking City and Liverpool and you need to be mobile and that? It's no point being adaptable if you're meaty out there. And just by looking at it, he's played the majority of games at centre back. So you're a centre back. Obviously, you hope he signs and he's on this Tomiyasu thing and that, but I can't verify these things. We don't know him. You know, I can't lie to you lot. Like, it sounds good in theory saying all this. Oh, yeah, he's adaptable. We need that. I'm here for that. Who wouldn't want someone that can do that? But no one's an expert. How good is he in these roles? Bro, Kroenke's paying someone a 2.67 million contract. What sport is that in for one of his many sport teams? Martinelli and Smith Rowe aren't starters for any other top 6 team. Let them hold bench and develop a bit in Europa and a super sub. I did that, man. You know, at times they could have let them play their football, man. But I hear you. If you can bring in better players and let them be rotation options, why not? Arsenal will not get me only once Man U, and Man U are absolutely confident. That's great. Move on. You have to have had, but I like the fact of we either get this guy or none. But let's be honest, you need to have in every position. Yeah, let's go for Raphinha, but you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other names. The same goes at centre back and whatever. You know, it's really unlikely, but there might be someone like Lisandro Martinez that can play in all them roles. That plays for another club. Move on, and keep it moving. Cool. You know, we don't get the guy. That's cool. Get a next guy. We need to keep Pepe. I mean, if we're selling Pepe, listen, I don't know anything, but it has to mean some attacker is landing, whether they're levels, whether it's someone that Arteta trusts a bit more, whether it's giving more game time to others. Maybe it means a revival. Who knows? I would love to see a Pepe revival, but I'd rather sign a new player than a Pepe revival. And I'm tired of this now, man. Like it's no diss to Pepe or Arteta. Like I just don't want this to be a talking point. There's several players, but I don't want to talk about Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, Leno, Marie, Cedric, Pepe, definitely Lacazette, who's now gone to a degree. Granit Xhaka, it's long, bro. These lot are not worth the airtime like that. Respectfully to these dons. I mean, it's not an Arsenal transfer window if we don't get Xhaka links to elsewhere, and you will see that, man. Man need to stop getting gassed off rumours. You can't stop them, bro. Same thing every window. Only get excited when you see signings on the website with their due. Tell them again. Thoughts on Gakpo from PSV? I mean, when you're linked with Raphinha and Gnabry and these guys, you don't want to go back to Noah Lang and Gakpo and these sort of dons. But, you know, if Arsenal really did their due diligence, then bring him in, man. Creating really deluded fans unintentionally. Need to get the community seeing sense, man. Too many contradictory fans out there. I don't tell people what to think. Just think, boy, every man and woman that's listening, they're in this by themselves, boy. I cannot be held illegible, boy. We're all independent thinkers here, man. Don't know if you've covered. I mean, Noah Lang looks all right, but it's a bit meaty. Obviously, 12 months from now, he might be lit, and we're saying, oh, DG wasn't rating him and all of this. It might be that, but meaty. Big up Riley, even though he's a spud. Hope you and everyone listening is having a good Friday and, you know, chilling off and whatnot, man, and just enjoying life at this moment. 3, 2, 4 likes, people. One love. Can we get to 400? Jesus will be announced maybe Saturday or Sunday, trying to milk on that weekend vibe. Saying Grealish is better than Pepe. I mean, we'd love it, but you're losing it, man. We need Martinez, bro, irrespective of his position. We need someone with a tough side and butcher mentality. I'm taking that, but it's not end of the world. You sign, you sign. If not, you don't, man. Look. I'm a Dutch guy, and Martinez normally played centre-back, but he's played midfield a few times to fill up injuries. Same about left-back for Daily Blin. I hear that. What's the best formation moving into next season? I mean, I want to see 4-2-3-1. I want to see more than that 4-3-3. And I don't want to see it week in, week out, but we need to be able to, especially when we're in a negative bit of form or we're chasing top 4 or we're losing confidence, or especially away from home where it's not a football game, it's a fighting thing. We need to be able to play 3 at the back. There's a saying that always stays with me when it comes to football. If you cannot win, don't lose. And I don't think Arsenal and Arteta have taken heed of that. It's literally all or nothing. I think we got too emotional going into the Spurs game. You know, we were behaving too much like it's a final and we choked on the occasion. Newcastle, we choked. Again, I think we need to just, sometimes if you can't win, don't lose. Let's go for Gnabry and leave Raphinha. DG, is it panic stations yet? Because man, we're hold. I mean, no, I will panic September the 1st when things have not been done. Put the house money in on Conku, false 9. I don't think we're gonna do that. The Anthony Gordon is worth a 4 after Raphinha let down. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I feel like the issue with Pepe is his attitude. He doesn't seem like a fighter. Hopefully we see more of that in All or Nothing. 3rd season of us talking about getting rid of Bellerin, and then, man, how much has really changed, Brazy. We know how this Arteta Pepe thing goes. No point flogging a dead horse. A new signing, at least with new possibilities, my guy. even if Pepe improves after he leaves, it still would be a good decision to move him on. It just hasn't worked out, and that's okay. If he's replaced, probably he'll be forgotten. I mean, he will. You know, you've won an FA Cup here. You played a good role in the second half of the season, more time, but it's time to go, blood. Let's move on. Hey. Let's say that. Let's at least reach 400 likes, guys. See, shout the members. Thank you for banging on that jump. Noah Lang plays like he's just seen a baddie in the crowd. I don't really rate, man. He seems like a prima donna as well. He's got bare attitude for a meaty player. You know, have all the attitude if you want, but if you're meaty, I'm not here for it. Like, you got to be at least good. I'm not saying he's not good, but he's meaty, man. Absolutely meaty. Calvin Phillips in for a City medical. It must be nice. And again, more insult to injuries, people. If this is what you want to, you know. Pepe is I tried to tell you, like, when we signed Pepe, he was good for 18 months. He's not lit like that. It's not a difference maker like that. His dad tried to tell you, lot, if you read his statements. Martinez this weekend. Arsenal have had a £38 million bid rejected. They're holding up for 43 million. Sources in Holland say the pull of Erik ten Hag would sway any bidding war. That's cool. You know, he knows who Ten Hag is. He wants to play with him. Do your thing. Arsenal just need to move on and have other targets in mind. Hey, move all of this. What's all of this? So, yeah, that's that, man. Really. What are you going to say? What's the time as well? Crazy. Big up to you lot tuned in. Big up DG. Isn't time that Edu/Arteta made real moves to get players out? They have shown that Pepe, Bellerin, Torreira have no place. Probs takes a hit on all of them rather than have them here. I think they're actively trying to move them on, but you got to remember these, as somebody said earlier, these moves take time. It don't just happen overnight. And obviously, where Bellerin's concerned, I think we will get over the line. Of course, I would like it sooner rather than later. But really, how many, apart from City, who's really clearing players off? City are selling a bag of young ones and moving them on and things, but no one's really got anyone off. You know, Chelsea got a bag of players to go. And to be fair, there's more talk around that. They have moved on Lukaku. They're trying to offer Pulisic/Werner in moves away. Ziyech could be going on loan to AC Milan. Probably going to sell Broja to someone for a profit. United ain't really got rid of anyone. We ain't got rid of anyone. City have got, no one's really got rid of people like that, but yeah, you would like to see us make some movements. As I said, I'm tired of this. Like, there's too many players hanging around like bad smells, man. A lot of these players are like, if you go into your wardrobe right now, I guarantee for the galley out there's probably some purses you forgot you earned, or the random, there's probably tracksuits and hoodies that you forgot you even owned. And that's how it feels at Arsenal. There's bare dons that you forget are at this football club. Gnabry to Arsenal rumors is defo fake. No tracks just clickbait. Again, I don't think, as like you said there, I think it's capping. Why was Ben White trending on your Twitter page? You'd have to ask Ben White or Twitter. But I think it's because Gabby Abonglaho is chatting shit. And I mean, with respect, you know, on their platform, I'm not here to talk about Danny Mills, Jeremy O'Hara, or Gabby Abonglaho. They've all done what I wish to play, which is Premier League football. How the mediocre players have this platform to criticize people, I don't know. None of them could have played for Arsenal. Empty barrels make the most noise. The only thing Gabby Abonglaho did of note was being some tired debate. You know, how can you be part of a more tired debate? Do you remember Lacazette, Morata, and Lukaku? Every one of them teams lost. You know, it's that was a tired debate with Walcott, Lennon, and Abonglaho, and he managed to be shitter than all of them. Danny Mills only has a career because Thierry Henry embarrassed him. Jamie O'Hara, wife's eaters and wife's things that are for the gang. He also beats up 14-year-olds and whatnot. But this is what they need to do. I don't think Abonglaho was wrong in what he's saying. But, you know, these media men are always going to talk. Empty barrels make the most noise, man. Noah Lang is cold, in my opinion. He's all right. He just lacks discipline, mad arrogant, doesn't seem to listen to managers. The Dutch media hate him, but I genuinely think he can reach the top with the right mindset. Hopefully, man. Ability only gets you so far. Not worked out for Pepe because no manager/coach has actually allowed him a run. That's not true. He has been given runs in the team. I do think you are right in what you're saying, but there's been 2 managers now. You're not playing, you know, really. You know, I do think we need another right winger so Saka can get a rest. I do think Pepe could have been utilized off the bench and just get more game time. But a large reason as to why we finished fifth or got 3 points is because we're picking the same lineup. We got to remember, if you want to win games, you have to play your best team. You know, Pepe has been given runs. He's been hot and cold. You know, there's no way you can look at Nicolas Pepe and always and blame the managers exclusively, and there's no way you can just blame the player. This is why, for me, I'm not interested anymore. Neither here nor there. Whose fault it is keep it moving now. Really, 50 more likes and we've got 400 people. One love for that. Is just keep it moving. And again, let's actually see. I'm not going to judge him for the start of the season because him, Balogun, Martinelli, they all got thrown in at the deep end and they didn't get to thrive. No way, no matter where you look at it with him, people, you know, 80 games in the Premier League, 16 goals and 9 assists, 4,000 odd minutes. I know he hasn't always played a lot, but this is Meaty. He leaves Arsenal Football Club. This is Nicolas Pepe with 27 goals and 21 assists in 112 appearances. This is Meaty, man. This is absolutely Meaty. Let's go to the 1920 season because last season you didn't play too much time through the middle. How many times have you been given a run in the Premier League? I mean, he's big. I mean, I'm going back 2 seasons, but you said he wasn't given a run. That's not true, is it? You know, when we lost this, fans were gassing up the fact that he dribbled past Van Dijk. This is an extended run. And obviously there's games he's done better or worse, but this is a lot of football. Done quite well when we beat United as well. That's an extended run. I do think he's been a marginalized player, but why has he been marginalized? Is it training? Is it Arteta unable to trust him? There's obviously some ability, and he got 10 goals like 2 seasons ago, really. Yeah. And obviously done his thing in Europa League. This looks like a run in the squad. This is definitely a run, and obviously he's getting marginalized a bit. This looks like a fair amount of game time. And around he saved Arteta's bacon the second half of the season, if I'm honest with you. And then it just seems like it doesn't kick on. And I mean, Arteta, as we 2024, Martinelli, Saliba, Bukayo Saka all contracted until that same time. There's been little talk of getting a £72 million record signing. That is the biggest speculation. The very fact that academy prospects are keeping him out the side, really a winger who isn't a winger in Smith Rowe, keeping him out the side. We need to cut ties now, man. It's nothing to do with Pepe necessarily, but yeah, he's done dirty. He played 600 minutes last season. He got done dirty. 1 goal, 2 assists. He got it done extremely dirty last season. Done extremely dirty. He deserves to go play somewhere where he has a smile on his face. We deserve, as Arsenal fans, not to have this as a talking point, really and truly. Get your agent to do what they're paid for and keep it moving, man. Simple as that. I'm not on this no more, man. When you look at the stats, you realize Pepe had a better first season than Sancho. Who's that? Who's Jaden? DG, we have to be careful. Good at many things, but master of none. We need players who can do a job in a position. We need extras at icing on the cake. Noel, tell him again. That's what I've been saying. The lines get blurred. I mean, what good news is there, man? I hate Noah Lang. Hate's a strong word. I lived in Belgium and I'm a Gent supporter. Noah Lang isn't a great player. You don't want him. Fair play. I'm taking Pepe at the theatre. I mean, the ability's there with Pepe, but there's something missing. I'm not on it no more, man. Like, I do think he's been done a bit dirty, but I'm not on it no more. Like, and it's not just a him thing. I'm not on it with bare of these players. Like, I'm not on it. Maitland-Niles, Pepe, just cut ties now, man. Bellerin. There's some Arsenal fans say, oh, he's better than Cedric. Bro, that's not nothing to be proud of. And really, is he? Is he? It's all long, man. These are not guys that are... Bro, look how long we're talking about them. I'm not talking about them. Would you take Jay Lings on the free? Nope. Absolutely not. Zinchenko is a better option than Martinez. I don't understand Arteta most times. Boy. Lisandro looks like Torreira. Pity Torreira didn't work out. Oh, God, we're not on the Pepe propaganda again, are we? I don't know who is on that, but if he gets a chance, I hope he takes it. If not, dead. Pepe is literally the best finisher in the club. I think that these formations suit him as a winger. My personal feeling is that he would thrive as a support striker in a 4-4-2 formation. Man, I've seen him play Pepe on the left, play Pepe on the right, give him an extended run in the side, playing through the middle. I hear that. Nah, man, just keep it moving, man. I don't know, man. Noah is cold. People just hate him for his attitude and call him shit/overrated instantly for that reason. Same thing what people are doing with Neymar. Arsenal should go to Palace and swap Pepe for Edouard. Can't say that. I mean, Pedro Neto be lit. Pepe was a top goal scorer in 2021, then got benched all season. The ability is clearly there, but no love from the manager. I mean, with Pepe, it's just hot and cold. You show us patches. We need to move away from that. And you're right, the manager's done him dirty, but what keeps going on? Because, well, not this season, but in the past 2 years, second half of the season, it seems like there's, Pepe seems to bless the beef, and it looks like we're turning over a corner, and then pre-season happens and we restart it all over again, man. Which is long, man. It's just boring, man. Like it really is boring. No one has time for it anymore, man. And I mean, it seems like we can circle back over for Raphinha as well, folks, if you believe any of this tosh. Raphinha wanted Leeds to reach an agreement with Arsenal when Barca was out of the race for a few days and before Chelsea's new offer. Raphinha's first choice was always Barca, then second choice is Arsenal. Lies, because it was Chelsea, we heard. Arsenal is now in a state of calm, awaiting the player's situation with Barcelona before making the final decision about the future. If Chelsea signs Raphinha, that means both Arsenal and Barca are officially out of the race. Wow, really? Well, there's not three of him. Renato has said that's not what the article is reporting. As of now, Arsenal are out of the running to sign Raphinha and are not in talks with Deco. Club does not rule out going back to negotiating for Raphinha, especially due to the strain created in negotiations with Barca and Barcelona and Chelsea. So whoever this is, shame on you for not being able to use common sense. Raphinha has asked his agent to block the move to Chelsea. There's an agreement with Chelsea and Leeds. Barca, he wants to go to Barca. It's his childhood dream. Arsenal are still in the race and waiting now. Again, I don't know about any of this. So we don't need negativity. What people, Twitch gang, I'm live at 3 p.m. We're going to play FM for a hot sec. Come on, man. Where is this? It's all lies then, really, isn't it? Really? Maybe it's this. Barca or Chelsea, Raphinha and Leeds have impasse over sale. Player tries to force negotiation with Barca. The club wants to sell him to the Blues market. I'm just trying to find that bit about Arsenal. Obviously, we know personal terms are not a problem with either club, really. Chelsea's problem is that the players having cold feet. Barcelona's problem is that they can't reach an agreement with Leeds. Arsenal's problem is personal terms aren't a problem. We just can't afford someone. We haven't had a bid accepted by Leeds or can't afford him for what they're asking for. And we're at the back of the queue behind these two clubs, people. So it made Arsenal out of the race, the main part. Arsenal, the first club to show interest in the Raphinha acquisition, are currently out of contention. Goal found that the Gunners haven't even talked to the players' staff led by Deco since the proposal presented by Chelsea. So it's officially over. We have less purchasing power. Even if they don't hold talks at the moment, Arsenal doesn't rule out going back to negotiating Raphinha, especially due to the strain created in negotiations with Barcelona and Chelsea. So unless them two clubs back out due to Barcelona not agreeing with what Leeds are doing and Chelsea, while agreeing something with Leeds, quite frankly, running out of patience for Raphinha, having cold feet and moving half-hearted about joining them. That one there is a myth, people. 371 likes, appreciative to you lot and the Twitch gang in you lot's, numbers as well. Leeds just cheese and trust. Bellerin, Xhaka, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Pepe should have left when Barca were interested. Marie, etc. All should go. We know who needs to go, but it's the club able to get them out. I'm not so sure. We're trying to get them in first. Why not, man? We've had plenty of players come to Arsenal and flop over time. They've been here. We don't have a good system. Wenger would make players perform even if they weren't so great. So jarring because there's a serious player in Pepe that needs ability. I mean, it's just about consistency and mentality, in my opinion, with Pepe. So by all means, go somewhere else. And, I'd love for you to hit the ground running, look like a baller somewhere. We sit there and say, oh, what happened at Arsenal? I'd love for that. But, Yeah, man, it's long now, but I don't want to be like Man United still waffling about Martial and that he's going out on loan talking about platforms. He's not scoring the league goal at Sevilla, and some United fans are probably still gassing up Martial. You know, I never hate on someone. Hopefully, he could get it going, but it's long now, man. Like at some point, just keep it moving, man. I'd love to be proven wrong, but Meady. How much would Arsenal get for Pepe? But you'd be lucky for me to get 10, 15, maybe even 20 million if clubs are stupid enough. I think you'll just get a dry loan and maybe a loan fee. And beyond that, I don't think there's a sale with an obligation to buy unless it's at 20 million. Or even if they agree to that, it's going to be the Bandulu like with Torreira. They're going to come back and I would do the same. You know, I'd say, yeah, I'll give you 20 million for Pepe. A year from now, I'll sit there and say if he's had a decent season like Torreira did at Fiorentina and say, boy, he's got a year left. You know, you might lose a 72 million pound player for free. You might, I know I said 20 million, you might as well hold a 15. Obviously, Arsenal tax were not really good at negotiating as well. It's brazy. It's brazy. It's absolutely brazy. Yeah, you know what it is? It's like when United fans used to say Wan-Bissaka is better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, Eric Bailly is better than Van Dijk. What else have they have? Obviously, Martial, Rashford, etc. Again, you know, at some point you have to pull the trigger, man. But you're right, at least that door is now closed where a lot of them are concerned, man. I'm just trying to get points. Allow us, you're rattling me. It's all love, man. Raphinha don't want Europa League. Is it that hard for these men to understand? Well, he wants to play for a competitive team. Is that it? Keep it moving. Bring up Kurdistans. Funny enough, the last good season Martial had was the last good / best season for Rashford and Bruno. Right, you man are on them. So it all depends, man. Really, at this moment, like, bro, I only care about Arsenal Football Club just being competitive. And a lot of these, I don't care about no one's personal situations anymore, if I'm completely honest. To a degree, I don't really care who doesn't or does get game time next season. Obviously, if we're not doing the business, then there's problems. But you get the point, man. I don't want to hear nothing about like we just need to move on. If we don't get these targets, just move on, man. As I said, the gloves are off, regardless. Even if not a single player arrives, but I almost got done. I thought an official Arsenal Twitter account announced Gabriel Jesus, but it's just some dickhead online. Almost got me. I was about to say we have liftoff. DJ, I'm a United fan. They're all rubbish. Let's see how they play this season. Ten Hag might get a trick out of some of them, but there's only so much you can do with some of these guys available. 377 likes, people. Can we get to 400? It's disappointing. We are currently heading into next season weaker than last when we finish 5th. Awful lot of money spent, and Arteta has zero excuses now, DG. I mean, the excuses are run out a long way. I do think there are some things Arteta gets attacked for that are a bit unnecessary, but it's a results-driven game. If you've been given a job that really you shouldn't have been given anyways, if you've been given all this free time, if you have a hands-on approach and you're not a head coach anymore, you're the manager. If you finished 5th, if you've survived times where you could have been sacked at other clubs or under different dynamics, you need to do what you need to do. How many players in recent years have improved after signing for us? You probably count on one hand, really. You'd have to significant improvements. You'd really have to count on one hand. And this is why you can sign all these players all you want, but you need to make sure you're doing the mad thing. So we're gonna have to see, man. Calvin Phillips would have never considered joining Man United, probably due to his lead stuff. I don't know why I mentioned that, but it came up on my timeline. Is this a legit account? At least Raphinha is a real tug, if this is the truth. At least Raphinha is a real tug, though, if this is the truth. Joining Barcelona is Raphinha's dream, and he does not care that Leeds have an agreement with Chelsea. It's a real guy, bro. Please. You're a real guy. If you do that, you're a real G. You're an absolute real G. At least if we can't have you no one kind of settings, I respect it. I respect it, Raphinha, my brother. You talk a lot of sense, DG. How did you pick up the deluded part of your name? Well, it's not an exciting story, really. I was playing it many moons ago, playing Xbox Live, and somebody said it. And it always stung with me. Stung with me. And obviously, you know, when you make, I made a YouTube account one day, not to bring out content, but obviously you can subscribe. You know what you can do if you do that, innit? So yeah, we just ran with that. Really, if I could go back in time, probably wouldn't be that. But we're hearing it. You either you're not so deluded like that, or you're so fucking deluded. Right name. Either way, it's ha 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 ha. I wish I had £1 for it, but it is what it is. Yeah, trust. We're here already. It's too late to turn back, man. It's too late to turn back. It's too late to turn back. Maybe CJ the Gooner would have been what we needed. We're too late to turn back. It is what it is. DG, you're shameless array. If we can't have him, no one can. Bro, go Barca, bro. Go Barca. You know, again, if Chelsea getting fair play, but man, we're seeing Matisse, big up Matisse, but man, we're seeing Matisse doing some chattings. We're storing some of these tweets. This is why you have to stay humble. Not just him, but if you get it, don't talk until things are confirmed. You know the way he's there. I said it before, and I think you'll hold. Raphinha will either be a Barca player or remain at Leeds for another season. Arsenal should realise that transfers are business, and your first bid must be high enough to make them think. I mean, to be fair to Arsenal, we know what we're doing. Well, we don't know what we're doing, but clearly the first bid is not going to be what it. Not just Arsenal, but anywhere. The first bid placed is never going to be the asking price, is it? I get it. I don't like the fact that we're on a lay. Sometimes sometimes the fee is pretty reasonable. Just give him the peas, really and truly. Sometimes it makes sense to haggle. So you are right. But we need to move fast. Arsenal have a history of wasting time. You know, you look at a lot of even flipping Griezmann, it was agreed to go from Sociedad here. The man spoke about it in his book or whatever. It didn't happen for whatever reason. Hey, man, you're going to have to go over the timestamps, man. We've been over that already, bro. Ain't no way I'm going back in time. In fact, on the topic of timestamps, let's insert that into the... Don't forget, people, 3 p.m. we're playing FM. 6:50, we are... what are we doing at 6:50? We are beginning watching England versus Israel's under-19s. Then almost straight after that, really, we're going to watch Love Island as we're in Casa Amor settings, people. It needs to be done. 50 more likes, we've hit 400. To be honest, Thomas Lamar, we just bid in 90 mil, and to be fair, happy that didn't bang, really and truly. If I'm completely honest, let's have one last look at this Arsenal news before we admit defeat. Time to get some lunch as well. What am I gonna get? Is it delivery settings? I'll do delivery tomorrow. Let's go get a meal done. Normally Tesco's got the hot food. I'm acting like I got to watch. Normally Tesco's got them paninis now. Wouldn't mind that at all. So why not? Why not? No, it don't seem like there's anything else in relation to Arsenal. You're gonna win, but Israel under 19s is a lovely team. It's a final. Anything can go, man. Anything can go, man. Safe for the stream. Need to cut. Take care, my guy. Yeah, it needs to be done, man. It needs to be done. Why not? I promise. I said when it gets to Casa Amor, we'll do up that one in it. But yeah, man, it is what it is. 488 on YouTube, 388 likes. 100 of you haven't hit that like button. God's watching. How are you not laughing when your manager hits you with "you are the stronger guy"? Crazy. What? No chicken and rice? Man, it's not every day, man. It's not every day. To be fair, I had lamb yesterday. There might be some. I might still have some of that in my fridge. I might eat that still. That was some bad lamb I made. So, I'm actually proud of how I seasoned that shit and cooked that shit. Pardon my French. No, man, I have that for dinner. Or not even dinner, pre-dinner. I might sound a bit mad, but my gym girls will know pre-dinner. Eat about 6 meals a day. That's the one thing I hate. I'm always hungry, man. Fuck's sake. DG, I watched Norton Coffey against Italy. He was shocking. It was like watching Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's 18, turning 19. We need to allow him, but this is where the good games don't make you. The bad games shouldn't break you. This is where man are talking about throwing him in and being a backup for Thingy, being a backup for Cedric. Not that I'm here to defend Cedric, but Norton Coffey would have got savage beyond savage at White Hart Lane against Son or against Newcastle. I don't know, man. I hope we can make them Bergkamp signings. We need Telemans. Make a recipe, recipe video. Chef, whoa. Hey, man, no, I'm not even a chef, boy. It's just any man or woman who can't cook are whatless, bro. It's whatless. It's a life skill. You should be able to cook. Galley out there, what can I say? It's not just good looks and great content and stuff, man. Got the full package still. Literally. Come on. Right, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Hey, you lot need to check out what you lot should do better yet is where is it? Let me go on Rance's Twitter. Where is it? Hey, you lot go watch this. For if you want some laughs. If you want some laughs, go and check this out, man. Guendouzi stranded by himself, no Sao Paulo as well. I mean, football clubs are ever changing. I mean, in his own right, he's staying there because he feels comfortable and that. But yeah, go and check that out, people. But make sure you're subscribed to Rants and me and Matisse and that deluded chef. How do you think we'll set? Last question. How do you think we'll set up next season with Saliba, White, and Gabriel? Well, you'd love to be able to play three at the back. There might be a scenario where Ben White shifts over to right back and them two players at centre back. It could be Gabriel and Saliba. It could be White and Saliba. It could remain being Ben White and Gabriel, which I think it'll be initially. Either way, it's pressure for spots. I'm not saying you, but a lot of fans do this thing where, oh, we can't sign this guy because we got that. I very much doubt Liverpool fans are moaning of having young Kanate, the experienced Van Dijk, Matic holding his own. You know, he's probably somewhere below in the pecking order, but you've got Joe Gomez fighting in amongst that as well. I very much doubt they're moaning about that, really and truly. Chelsea have been linked with a bag of new centre-backs, and obviously a lot are leaving, but I very much doubt Chelsea fans are moaning about, oh, we can't get Dembele because we got Sterling and this and Hudson that and this and the other. It's very much, maybe other clubs, but it's an Arsenal thing where we don't like to have to, Arsenal fans cry about depth and competition, but then the minute there's talk about this and players are threatened for places, they're onto them, really. You know, you can't, people were criticizing Smith Rowe first half of the season before he took off. Then, you know, saying we don't need Odegaard. It's not making sense. People saying Saka needs a rest, Pepe needs to play more, but they're saying we don't need a right winger. Fair play, man. As I said, I don't tell you lot what to think. I just tell people to think. Like, just stop and think about what you're actually saying, and does it make sense? So yeah, man. First things first. Lastly, before I cut out, I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. I hope this has been a lovely stream. Once again, thank you for the engagement levels. We've hit 401 likes. Sorry to make bare noise, but thank you very much for doing that. Twitch gang, thank you very much. Again, we're moving that much closer to, 50,000 subscribers and whatever we're doing on Twitch. Again, without you lot, it'd be boring. So I appreciate you lot. I hope you lot have had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for supporting the thing in all aspects. So yeah, man. Appreciate that. Last question. You know what? There's a couple more, man. Why is it impossible for Arsenal to do more than one transfer at one time? To be fair, it seemed like we was, but it seems like it's all falling down, mate. DJ, if you're a manager, would you ask a player's price or just say this is who I want? You've got to do both. I'd say this is who I want, but there's a price. There's some players, I think, when you're presented with a certain offer, you might as well just give them the asking price. There's somewhere you've got to play the political game again. What's all this Gnabry talk? Just join. It's a non-starter, really. 90-minute football, etc. are saying that, oh, we're looking at Gnabry, which we heard that already. But beyond the fantasy, there is no tangible reasons. Unlike Raphinha, which ultimately didn't end up with us selling, end up with us selling him, buying him. Sorry, there's been no bid on the table for Gnabry. So apart from rumors and clickbait and things, it don't look like we're grabbing him, innit? Got to know how to cook and take care of yourself. A basic life skill. If you like to eat, learn how to cook exactly that, and it saves you money as well. Even though I'd rather just buy food. I prefer to cook, but it's effort, man. Especially when you're doing all these streams, bro. Like, it's effort, bro. I'd like Neto as well. Hi, sir. I am a graphic designer. I make logo emotes, overlays in a cheap price, bro. Again, what I would say is hit up the agents. Them. I don't deal with this. I leave it to someone else. But this is where you need to go. Either DM me on Instagram or hit up this email address with whatever you're doing. Send some examples. I'll get my guy Claudio. Big up you to go through that, innit? Big up to you lot, people. I need a graphic. Me and Matisse were talking about that. We need graphics done, really. So yeah, hit up that one, people. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna leave you lot. I'm back again at 3 or so p.m. people. We're gonna play Football Manager, and then we're going in to watch, the Euros under 19s, and then obviously it's Love Island, and then you won't see my pretty face for a sec, people. 5 streams today, 4 all on Twitch. Make sure you're following. DJ has agents these days. I see. Nah, just my brethren helping me out, man. I need an agent, man. I need to get some opportunities out here, man. Like, So yeah, if you know how to do that, shout, man, innit? I wish. It's just my brethren helping me, man. He knows a bit more about certain things than me, man. You got to utilize your team and your mandem and things like that. There's talent out here. But on that note, hit the like button if you haven't. Most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe. Peace. Love for everyone who's been here for just shy of 2 hours. Time flies, man. And again, Gnabry, Raphinha, all of this stuff is nice, but it's genuinely what I love is just to be here talking with you lot. So yeah, man, safe.
So there's always that active and defending.
I think it's like